Oh, oh, how much sold? Yeah, I should just got one. Hopefully, yeah, I did a little bit of house cleaning to try to get more space. So I went to PoE Ninja and I looked up what tattoos were worth what, and I price checked a bunch of my omens to see if any of those are worth anything, and then I just dumped the ones I didn't care about. Little laggy, not as bad. Mostly because I was able to run a couple maps. I haven't seen a nameless king altar. Mildly arc. I saw Chaos Orb and I was ready to click until I read it. Generally for me, it's like the way my importance for stuff is it the Chaos Orb one? Is the first one. Uh for Eldritch minions. Followed by the Cartographer's Chisels. Which we probably don't have to go for that one for a bit. I have like 200. There's enough for like 50 maps if I want to just chisel every single one of them. Uh, and then the rarity stuff. Everything else after that. Everything else is just take whatever is not the worst. Because I'm just trying to get I'm just trying to get packs to spawn for more loot. As long as it's not like the negative to fire cold resistance, I don't really too much about. I think another one of the tattoos sold. Question is which one? Because the ignite one is worth a lot. I came to realize there's still a bunch of tattoos I still haven't gotten. Which honestly, I should just. And when I do the currency runs my for my nighttime fish for a divine orb thing with my boats, I should just send it to the Cowrie port so I can get fish for more tattoos. To try to get like a good one, like more good ones to sell. Oh wow, there's this like huge area that I just ignored for no real reason. I try to at least explore the whole map to try to find Nameless Seer and Reflecting Mist. Big one's a Nameless Seer just because trying to scry these maps. This map over to the beach. So I can try to get a Nameless card while I'm grinding that out. We haven't really had much luck with the Nameless Seer. Oh, the Monarch one. Yeah, this was when I was surprised. This one is also worth a lot. I thought the Ignite one would go faster, would sell faster since it was worth so much. $60, you know. Is that all my incubators? We got the Opie. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I don't miss having to run simulacrum. Oh, run some arcades. Can't really have them avoid bleed when bleed is all of my deck. Bleed is quite literally all of my damage. If I don't bleed them, I get nothing. I think I'm gonna just try to spam those 89 because I think it'll still roll. I think it'll still roll unique maps. It's not like I'm gonna do anything else with them anyway. So use them for something. Invulnerability out of my face. Almost everything is sold. I have a feeling that might be the resonator with the two. I forgot to go check the bets. I need to go bet it. These guys were the first bosses I ever found out that ritual respawns. I didn't note that at the time. And then I fought them. They died. And I was just blindly doing ritual. That was before I understood the best way to do ritual was to do all the ritual things and then tackle it from whatever has the uniques first. To be fair, it's kind of ironic because they kind of made the ritual take even longer to do if you're gonna do it. Because to really milk it, unless like every single one of them has a a unique character, unique boss. Right? You have to like do the rituals, go to the boss room, make sure the boss room doesn't have a ritual. But if it does, you start from there. Okay, they were the ones that I expected to. And then from there, you then work your way backwards, and you try to remember which ones had the unique ones along the way back. Because the point is that with the way ritual works, at least from the way I understand it, right? The ritual that has the map boss has to be the first one that you do, so that way the map boss will spawn at all the other ones. So to get the most value, if you clear the other rituals first, and then the map boss ends up having one, you kind of just wasted a bunch of it. Honestly, whichever rituals have like the map boss part of it, and then one or two of the other unique dudes, I should do those rituals just to get my deferments. Oh, when you bought the resonator. 5 chaos less than what I was trying to set it up for last night, but better than nothing. Hmm. Oh, I didn't even realize the guys are all spawned. Oh, they got away. I was like, why is it so laggy? Then I see the like four uh the four green dudes running. Oh, my team's full auto what they should be full autoing real quick. Oh, quick do the free draw. Olivia, come home. Oh, Olivia. To be honest, I can't really complain too much about my free draws. We got Lua out of it. Will just be handy to have. Hopefully, I have a house to myself for, I think, at least a week. So hopefully my dog doesn't wake solid sleep. Been waking me up early for the past like week and a half, and it's been getting on my nerves. Oh, here too, max life. Maybe not the greatest of faces, but not the worst. Oh my god. So I finally got the coward's trial that one time, right? I was like, oh, sick, coward's trial. So we finished like our atlas because we have 8 rewards on the Carrick Vault Pass. Which, if you have 8 rewards, you've completed it. Um, yeah, you know what my map runners brought me? When after like ended stream, when I went to go look, they brought me a coward's trial. My fucking map runners brought me a coward's trial map. I'm like, you guys couldn't have brought this earlier. Like, brother, honestly. But I guess we have another coward's trial. In case somebody I know needs it, I can pass it off to them so they can get their atlas completion and recipe. Like, if PoE loves to take forever to give you what you need. And then once you have what you needed, then proceeds to not care and just give you a bunch of that. Like, I'm waiting to be able to go back to beach to do more cluster drill farming so I can finish. I can try to get the last couple cluster drills I need. I thought those used to combine after you killed one. Like the totems. I guess not. All right. Get this. Go set up the boats. Cost money in the thing. Yeah, we were almost out. Honestly, the only reason I don't even sell my runes is because I need them from challenge. Like once I have the use all rune challenge like done, Probably going to just sell my runes. Um, 5%. And more, like 40 more, like 5 times as much. I don't really think that's worth. Honestly, I hope they keep some of these more interesting events. Like I hope they keep this one. All right, Milner. But I hope they keep like the envy, this one and the spectral wolves just for all leveling and stuff like that. I don't know if I'd want them to keep the hunted. That one's a bit too songs, but I think the enchant is pretty good. But I think they should include shields if that's going to be the case, as like, or at least like put something for the shields. Like allow maybe the NG one, stuff like that, to be allowed. Like stuff that just gives you passive things. That doesn't matter. Like doesn't actually matter what like the weapon type is. Like obviously you can't put hits with this weapon, triggers, pocketed fire stuff if it's the shield. Well, I mean you can because there's shield crush and there's uh and there's like shield throw and stuff like that. I think part of me kind of wishes they would kind of bring back the bossy customizing, like not the full customization option of Sentinel, but like it'd be nice if we got to choose like what type would spawn. But it is what it is. It doesn't really make a lot. Sentinel's mostly just a nice bonus. Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit. AKA the nameless here. Back street. Alright. Sorry, I had to. Call the back street. Right out. I can't just see that like a name like that and not, see the reference. I'm pretty sure I have all the hideouts online. but I can get like the free ones, like 90%. I have to double check. Domination scare. I mean, to be fair, domination isn't. If you can get that terror one, apparently that one might be worth. At least that one tanks for pretty loud whenever it drops. Ooh, resin. I don't even actually think I'll finish. I think I've got enough resonance. I guess. Like on the right side of my. Started getting one of those like side headaches. The two maps connected to right terrace, I guess. Oh, versus. Not 100% what I was hoping. and business. Oh yeah, I don't know why, but it just feels like it just feels like residence has a really high chance for doubling. Like the OR nodes that you'll get. Like you'll get two instead of more often than I can see. Honestly, I hope they realize that in PoE 2, you don't have to make the locations extremely fucking dark just to make it seem like a dark place. To be fair, I don't think so. I've seen the videos. A lot of the dark areas seem pretty dark and hard to see in. But like, it's really annoying that that's the case. Brr. I have a decent amount of echo cartographer chisels of this. Most tornadoes are actually really good at getting in the way. Oh, I've been getting a lot of the light ones. Maybe I should do a crossblades of Catabasis Slayer. Oh my god, I almost died. I have no idea how I didn't. I had like 1 HP. To be honest, like just before I got hit, my brain went that idea. My brain went rut row. And then the rut row almost came true. Oh, those guys actually dropped it. To be honest, I think my luck's just been pretty bad for trying to get things. I feel like most of the other maps I would have gotten at least one spawn by now. part of me wants to do with this. Well, actually, I say this, but it happens every league, not just exclusive to this league. I'll see like other builds for stuff. There's been it seems like Cyclone is in a decent state again. Oh, more Versium. That's fantastic. But there's builds I want to do that are just like strong. They're just good. And then there's builds I want to do because they seem like I've always wanted to do Cyclone, but I've just always heard that Cyclone's not good. Ooh, shit. Hurt. But now it seems Cyclone's pretty good again. Like I'm on a spin to win. Because it's like it's either that or it's like Blade Vortex. Spin to win. Okay, what's today? One could have just taken the night. Might end early tonight with a headache. We'll see. The chances of us not seeing another ritual until the boss is pretty low. Those are really good clumps. Very good clumps. Yep. I approve. Remember, grab the. After I kill the boss. Oh, I don't know if it's worth as much as the catalyzing ones, but it does big tink, so it's worth something. I think ultimatum is one of the mechanics I don't think I'll ever really like unless it absolutely forces me to, aka the challenges. I think it's a league mechanic I don't really plan on doing. Like, you know. I mean, like I'll dabble in it, but as long as it doesn't force me to have to fight the boss, not particularly fine. Maybe something like that, but I don't really care to do much else with it. I'd rather not have to. I don't particularly enjoy it. That one's neat. Hold on. Pretty good. I don't remember if crit's like something we care about. The frostblade one. I don't think it is, but second. Might as well just wait. May as well just wait. Get my full autos while I do that. I was expecting him to say something. I had like that side of my screen covered. I was looking at build stuff. Honestly, I should just flip these two so I don't have to move so far. Lazy love. Oh, well, I want to wait till I can get get I wanted to wait until I could get, or I want so I can get. I get the nameless here before I start doing other maps. Because knowing my luck, I'm gonna do another. Like I'm gonna start trying to do Conqueror, Conqueror, Shaper, Elder maps, and then I'll get a nameless seer there. Right away in the back corner. Ooh. Not having fun right now. I'll tell you that much. Trying to see if I could. Yeah, I think I'll probably just wrap up stream today. Unless I feel a little less shite. I've been chugging on my water. I'm not really chugging. I haven't sipping on it. I just dropped. I was expecting a handful of splinters, honestly. Honest. Stuck together. Love to see. Oh, what's up, Zach? Yo, yo. Oh, I think I might have. Well, I don't know if it fixed it. We'll find out tomorrow if I fixed it or if there's a problem with OBS while playing 14 or 15. I messed around with a couple settings and then I tried running around and doing some fights to see how it would feel. And I didn't hear any of like the static or choppy audio, so I guess we'll find out tomorrow if I fixed it or if it's just a case of OBS doesn't play nice with it, which was something that kind of crossed my mind. Why'd you leave? But hopefully, I mean, to be fair, residence isn't like too bad of a map. But I'd like to be able to go back to beach. So need nameless here to spawn. Are those fast attacking mobs hit me while I have the chaos damage thing? But I don't block. It is painful. And that's with being almost capped. 1 point off. 1% off. And you proximity. I'll say, well, it's been kind of nice for getting multiple ores more often than not. The rituals we've got in here are kind of whatever. Like, I don't think I've gotten a single nameless altar, nameless king altar in here. Yeah, that's a little spicy. considering everything else. They have the crit. So they're critting me for a decent amount. And they have chaos time. Oh, I think I have the invulnerability aura. That does not look well. Maybe that double boss one. If it did, I probably would have gone back. I would have done all the rituals. Yes, I think there was a shrine. Oyani's fisticuffs. Oriani's rock'em sock'em. What? Jorgen has the build for that. The Fire Sumo burst you saw for Botobaha is really good. Took over previous. That's the one with he's a Sky Piercer, yeah. 'Cause I watched someone had a video up. I don't think it was for fair. I don't remember what element it was, but I saw a video earlier of someone using Sky Piercer on Sumo, and none of the other characters even got close to the damage. I think Sumo had like 340 something million damage, and like the next closest was at like 90 mil. It was insane for like his team. I think Earth. No, I'm curious. I remember which one it was. Yeah, Sumo seems kind of nutty. Oh yeah, no, there was this one. There was like Dark Magna Grid that was using Sumo and or soloing. I think it's like Super Baja, right? The strongest one. Took it like 23 minutes. All right, here we go. They did, yeah. The grid was, or the team, it was Tefnut. Like they were doing it on Tefnut with Earth, Sky Piercer, and they had Olivia, Uriel, and Kala, and just, bruh, it wasn't even close. Olivia was like, oh no, they were like in the 100 mils for Olivia and Uriel, and then fucking Sumo MCs at like 320 mil. But it's a pretty nasty like Bub's Primal Grid though. 2 Uriel Fists, Medusa Swords, 3 Galleon Staffs with Sky Piercer. Also, I started realizing a lot of people in their builds now are like changing, are using the orbs to change the character things, like the citrine orbs and stuff like that. Oh, I forgot to set. Oh, his 8. And now I'm just like, well, shit. I guess I need to start paying attention to that stuff too. Refresh, yeah, yeah. That's why I don't need to watch those videos too much. I am like, I know why they do it, but my brain, it's just my head's just starts hurting. Oh, you can't. Yeah, but I've also seen a lot of people using the whatever the orange yellowish one is. Today alone, I saw a bunch of videos where they had they'd have like probably like the primary DPS aside from MC be on defense, and then they would have like the other two on the orange one, whatever that one is. To be honest, I should probably like do the defense one for my Diaspora team. But yeah, Sumo seems really strong. It's just I feel like it's just it was a matter of time until it happened again, but kind of unfortunate that I feel like its super busted nature is going to be locked behind Sky Piercer. Unless we somehow get, like, I don't know, Exo Xeno fist weapon that like, guarantees triple through Ogi or something on a C. Because I sure as fuck ain't getting this Sky Piercer. Nobody got time for that nonsense. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just know I've been seeing more and more because like at first it was at least like earlier in the year it was I'd see a couple here and there and usually it was in for you know Fares or the Hexa Dragon one, the Hexa Dragon one. I'd see them use it, but now even in like more normal setups, well, quote unquote normal, like a lot of Revan setups I've seen recently use it too, and I'm like, well, I wonder if it's in part to the fact that they're a lot more readily available than when they were first introduced, because we get a lot of them from like events and stuff. Actually, really don't want it. I don't feel like fighting like. You know, I've yet to get a single one of those form scarabs that give you like 150% magic packs. No wonder they're so expensive. And it's one of the few scarabs I haven't gotten from the miscellaneous patch. Wait, part, yeah, yeah, that's what I figured. Because I know like early on there was people who were like, you can min max it with this, but they didn't really suggest it due to the fact that it was so limited, and that realistically it was a case of you didn't really need it too much, but with the increase in difficulty for stuff and the influx to materials for it, I feel it definitely led to them using it more, which isn't a bad thing, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I was seeing that one earlier, and I was like, damn. I don't think I've ever seen like the damage disparity be that far apart from like MC to the rest of the party. Tug Summer Galleon oh my, that's disgusting. That's actually unethical. What the? That's ridiculous. Big brain too, but ridiculous. He's just taking Galleon's fucking steroids into the 1v1. Tweet red card. Violation. Your Honor, he cheated. Does I have all the passes? I forgot that was. You'll get that passive. I forgot that was a passive. I'm like sitting here like, surely I have all of the passive points, right? Sure fucking don't. Forgot about this one. This one's new. This is the change they did this league. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, they did a change this league where they took a passive point away from Aramir quest where you kill all the bandits, and then they attached it to the quest that Yuna gives you to find the hand to where it used to I think was just a passive like respect point that you got, now it gives you a passive point. Damage disparity. I mean that included 100 million. Yeah. Yeah. That's good though. At least now you have another MC, another decent job for the decent fist weapons. If you haven't like ultimate mastered monk, i.e. me. I really do need to get back to at least jumping into Revan raids and pretending to be useful. So I can at least get some of the Diaspora stuff so I can ultimate mastery, monk, and glory bringer, necromancer, Spartan, or Spartan shenanigans. Who's next after Lucha? Is it Asparus? Or is it Nighthhound? I forget. Where did I put that other passive? I YOLO toss that passive point into something. Like, I'll get this. I need to fix my. For now. Only one you're comfortable joining on is Geisha because Cosmos and Horus OP. Yeah, I have Horus, but I don't have Cosmos. I was really hoping to get Cosmos for. Well, not really, but I was like quasi hoping to get Cosmos when I did the Spark on the Flesh. But no dice. So I just go into Diaspora and I try to hit it a couple times on my Mana Diver before the all the hunting Zerkers just delete it, so I can at least get some of the microchips. Oh, that was gonna be rough. Yeah, sometimes if I'm feeling kind of spicy, I'll sneak into a Mugen one. Just sneak into a Mugen one, and I'll do like some skill damage. I'm just like absolutely useless at Mugen. I don't know. My team just gets absolutely deleted in that fight. Yeah, see, sometimes the petrified ember like bugs out when it's like in the in or near a ritual, I feel. And I just got like the full value of the tree basically. And it just spawns like a mob I need to go. That's a bug I don't think I need to fix. I would very much like for it to stay. That's the only way this build's getting any petrified ember, and I need a shit ton of it. Left in the dirt though. Honestly, I saw someone say it like this a long time ago when they added a relic buster, and I kind of agreed to it. I think that like as soon as they added a relic buster, mechanic was probably just going to be left dead in the water. Because it's just like it was good when they first introduced it, right? Because it was at the time we didn't have like relic buster, but as soon as they introduced relic buster, which didn't need any farming whatsoever to do the main reason you ran mechanic anyway, uh, like I'm pretty sure they just didn't really have any plan, like know what else to do with it, and the problem is that it's in the same trope as Tormentor and Soldier, where you farm for mats to get, an enhanced thing to craft stuff. And technically Mana Diver to some degree because of Ouroboros. But like I just don't think they have an idea of like what to do with it. Because I think the only thing that would have made sense is if they turned it into like the MC version of Brini slash Nicholas, right? Where it's just turns the team into a robot thing. But those characters are notoriously just either cheesy and have very specific situations. Like even then, I think Nicholas's like situation isn't really prevalent anymore. Freeney was always just like a bit of a meme. I think she was kind of just used for her thing to just perish and bring in near. Where there's just better ways to do that now. But it's just like, in my opinion, they should have just either like completely rebalanced the mechanic to just do something different, or just do an EX2 class that just has basically almost no connection to the mechanic, like to the initial version. But I think they probably just made the decision of, well, we have a lot of EX classes that all fill like really good niches, and we all have plenty of OG stuff for the kind of jazz, which is what mechanics like really the only thing it was really used for. I think I had like maybe one other setup, but I think it was predominantly just for the OGs. And I think they decided to do the row fives instead of trying to make up an EX2 for it, which is a little unfortunate. I've done a geisha. He's actually a mechanic in that. Wait, is he? Yeah, I've never done it. It's one of the. I think that one and Cosmos are the two Revan fights I haven't even stepped foot in. I'm not overly surprised considering that a geisha is what, like a giant mech island. I wonder if I have a feeling that I've probably had a nameless seer spawn on the map, and I just realized that it was there. Mm, and everything since we're here. So everything I care for. Reflect physical. The fuck would I want that? Oh, call the brother. Oh, synth map. Winning. Towards gamble. Grant's level 23 despair. Bro, I got plenty of despair as it is. I don't need higher level one. Uh, use rarity minus minus. Reduced rarity. Reduced patient efficiency. Increase rarity. Oh, that one's not the worst. Nothing super cracked out crazy either, but it's all positives at least. 1% increase the rarity of items found. I'd hold on to an extra one now. Move on. So I tossed all of that to Rog. Continue on our way. Issues. Health, it fills up a bit. Every time you clear a block and omen, you're like delay. And once it fills up, you get a buff on MC. The God Kaiserova makes it, or when you hit the Fade button, he comes in, does 6 hits of damage on every element. Ah, interesting. And then they just released a character where it's just like, oh, or you can just have this character and win. Sasuga. Sasuga. Usually the site also changes once you fill the bar up. Bro, speaking of the music, uh, why is it that like what is it? Side games and Final Fantasy. I like really good game music. I used to have a playlist that had a bunch of the side game soundtrack on it that I used to listen to whenever I'd play like MMOs and stuff. It was so good. And then Final Fantasy 14 has just bangers, for lack of a better term, honestly. Alright, I'm gonna finish up these maps. I like this batch of maps that I have, and then I'm probably just gonna end stream because my head hurts. I'm tired. I'm probably gonna actively try to go to sleep earlier than usual. Read the release earlier than I had. No. The amount of the events that I spent any amount of time listening to, like I play with Gramblue with sound off because the menu noises annoy me because they're too high pitched. Like the noises that it makes whenever you select skills and stuff like that, like yeah. I just play with sound off. So if it's not like the raid songs where I've gone to the playlist and I've picked them up, then I don't know what the music sounds like for the events and stuff. I used to have wellness as like theme on repeat a long time ago. I think I had a phase for like a month where all I would listen to was just wellness's theme. $400. A good day for Verisium though. That's for sure. Oh, I'm pretty sure I saw the harvest thing. I love how lightning the divination card that gives you lightning coil is hidden, which is still a pretty good chess piece. I don't know why by default Filter Blade hides it. Uh, but the one for Angron's Rod isn't, and I don't think I've ever seen a build use that fucking thing. Or at least I don't think I've ever seen a build that I feel warrants that div card to be shown while something like Lightning Coil's div card is hidden. This once you fill the box. Oh, I've heard this one. I've heard it because like some of the Granblue videos I've seen, they'll they'll use other like songs over their fights. Yeah, that one I've heard. Apparently, there's real me enjoyers in some of the videos I've seen. Really, two of them without tier 3. That's another character that kind of just completely fell off once they were done with the events. I remember her gotcha version was really good for some OTK setups when she was first released. Because she was in the vein of characters where it's like they have the non-refreshing resource they consume when they Ogi to deal a shit ton of damage. And then I remember Nicholas's dark version was really good. But it was really good for like Guild Wars. Because he brought a lot of like survivability stuff alongside damage. So it was good to have for like newer players. And then I remember his light version had a gimmick. I forget what raid it was. I think it might have been one of the Baja raids. There was like a gimmick set up for it that you would use his robot form to kind of like cheese the mechanic. Was it Baja? Was it Baja or was it Fediel? I don't remember. I don't even know. I picked that up. Not even worth anything. Yeah, sometimes I get whiplash because some of the Granblue content creators I'll watch videos for like their raid fights. They'll just like swap the songs for like a different raid, and I'll just be like, huh? There was one guy who once I was watching a Belial solo, and he was using the wellness theme, and I didn't understand like what was going on until I saw another one of his videos where he used the Whamdus theme, and I came to realize that he was using the Six Dragon theme for the team element he was on. But that shit gave me such a, such a whiplash when he did it. Cause I was like, I'd like look away to do something, and I'd be like jamming, and I'd look back, and my brain would expect wellness, and there's just fucking Belial on my other monitor. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Oh shit, man! And Cosmic's not here, so I can show it off. Harun for winning. Just from sending 5 Verisium bars, just another power in. I've gotten 2. I'm just yeeting Verisium bars at stuff. Cracks me up. Oh, I wonder what the chances for that are. For it to happen not just once, but twice. Been blindsided by so could have been blindsided by the Summer Belial skin and Grand Blue versus expecting wellness. You're right, honestly. So apparently there was someone so roasty toasty about the Belial skin and Grand Blue versus that they made a mod so that way you wouldn't have to see it. And then the ironic part is there's a setting in Grand Blue versus that lets you turn that off, but it does it for all the skins. So it means like for Zeta you can be able to see it, or I think it's Zeta. I remember I know there's one of the female characters that has like a summer skin that people like, and people just like imagine being so thirsty that you just want to see the Gorals, that you don't want to see Belial's pristine condition. That shit cracks me up. I wonder if they would allow. Do they allow like people to use the skins when they do the competitions, like the tournaments? You just have some dude who just mains Belial just running it down through the tournaments. Just the summer Belial skin. I'll be stopped. I shall spread the awareness of my king. You know, other people are just like, get this degenerate off the stage. Bro. I'm waiting for them to like mess around and give Bubs and Versus a skin where it's literally just like a puddle of water over his crotch. So it matches the summon that they did for summer. Oh, I'd laugh my ass off if they did that. Which, to be fair, there is a very, very like, if there's a company that would ever do something like that, Psy Games is definitely high on the list of companies I believe would do something like that. Games always have only, yeah, I kind of figured that'd be the case. Because I think Tekken and Street Fighter are like that on like the big tournaments. Like they'll let the recolors and stuff, like the for the character, but I think it's like it's the default skin. At least I don't remember watching Evo, like the times I used to watch Evo and seeing someone with like a custom, like one of the custom skins up. But to be fair, I'm usually not paying attention to that kind of stuff. I don't know. As somebody who used to play fighting games, I find it amusing. Because there was a time I used to play Soul Calibur a lot, and I had a friend of mine who he would always complain about fighting IV players because he's like, I can't focus. I'm like, what do you mean? It's just a sword whip thing. And he's like, that's not what's distracting. I was like, you sussy baka. Get the fuck away from me. Freaking degenerates, bro. I'm playing a fighting game to whoop some ass. Not stare at some hoo-has, you know. Because I'm too busy doing my Astaroth combos. Ain't nobody got time to be looking at the packages as I'm mountain climbing to figure that out. Trying to do my Astaroth break your back on my axe maneuver. Astaroth and Nightmare were like the two characters I like to play in Soul Calibur. And then if I got really annoyed, I'd whip out Mitsurugi because he had just a stupid spammable shit that would be annoying, but really good because there's always got to be that one character. I think for Tekken it's what, Hwarang or something, where he's just like his kicks are just Jesus Christ. Whoever allowed that to be a thing is disgusting. Soul Calibur animators. Oh no, for sure. Like honestly, like if I'm not playing, I understand. Like I get what he's talking about. But when I'm playing, I don't care. My brain just doesn't pay attention to all that extra stuff. Because to be honest, like as extra as they did for Ivy, like it pales in comparison to the animations for Valdo. Like not even close. Like Valdo by and large is just bruh. Honestly, you just make Summer Belial seem like the Summer Belial skin seem fine with his default fucking skin, bro. Oh, these kiddos wouldn't survive in the Soul Calibur days. Fucking the way Valdo moves when he fucking walks that shit. Oh shit, that shit cracks me up. I don't know. Other people they play fighting games and they're like, oh, the outfit's too much Nike. Me when I'm playing fighting games, trying to do my best mental impression of fucking Ivan Drago, it will break you. Fuck out my face. I play grappler characters for a reason, bro. It's also kind of ironic because like when I played Soul Calibur a lot, I mained like Astaroth for the most part. Like I played Nightmare just because Big Sword goes swingy swingy. But like I play Astaroth a lot, and he has a grab. I'm pretty sure it's a grab where he like I'm thinking he's the one that has the grab that he wraps the person around his axe handle and like kind of like breaks their back. And when he uses it on Ivy, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Like that shit's pretty borderline. Probably not allowed in some places. Meanwhile, I'm just like, yes, damage. To be fair, I think that just defines Soul Calibur in general. Honestly, like when you look at the outfits for a good amount of the females, and then like Valdo, and then the sounds they make when they take damage, especially like the early Soul Calibur games, I think that just drums up Soul Calibur in general. It's just a fighting game with a lot of like poorly hidden, poorly disguised fetishes just out and about. And then like the player base was divided between people that were, you know, secretly resonating with them, or people who were just we were just there to just beat people up because we had cool characters. Because Camino had his fair share of cool character designs. Nightmare was pretty cool. Cervantes was really cool. I forget the name of the scythe dude, not the axe dude. Astaroth's like just cool in general, big axe. I'd always like customize him to have a bunch of armor on. To be fair, Astaroth was not very well covered up either. It's just he was fucking swole. So most people didn't really worry about it too much. But Astaroth, most of his default skins, he was pretty exposed. Probably as much, if not more, than Valdo. It's just that he didn't have the weird fucking uh movements. He was just literally there looking like he was trying to break you in half. Oh, double or calcum. Nice. Yeah, Zazilmel. There we go. I always forget. I remember. I always remember it starts with a Z, but the rest of it, like my brain, kind of just goes. Oh, that's just too much of a mouthful to remember. Yeah, he was pretty cool. They had a lot of really cool designs. And I don't know why, but like for some reason, Japanese 3D fighting games have to have this one character that's like RNG moveset per round. Because both Tekken and Soul Calibur have it. Because you have the training dummy for Tekken does it. It gets different movesets. And then Soul Calibur had, depending on the version, it was either the owl headed dude or I think it was like a rhino headed guy sometimes. And then I think was this in at one point? I don't remember. No, I don't think it was it. I don't remember. It's been a while. I played a lot of like different Soul Caliburs back in the day. They all kind of like blend together to me. I don't know. Soul Calibur was cool. I think if there was ever a fighting game I would probably actively try to get back into, would probably be Soul Calibur. I don't know. Tekken's got too much shit going on for me nowadays. Street Fighter, I've personally never had that much of an interest in compared to like most of the other fighting games I've done. Mortal Kombat don't me. Mortal Kombat's like cool for the designs and stuff, but gameplay wise is hasn't really called to me since the older ones. Um, I've never been a real big fan of Super Smash Bros. So you really not gonna let me open this fucking door because of the altar was in the way. I couldn't like the altar was in the way on one side, and then this big dude was in the way on the other side. So I was trying to do it without activating the altar. Took a second to line it up properly. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was my favorite. Yeah, because they did Link. What was it? Link, Darth Vader. I think Yoda was another one. I think Kratos was one. Uh, yeah, who was another one? Uh, oh, who am I forgetting? Was Geralt one? I think Geralt was one in one of them. Yeah, they did it by versions. It was cool and it kind of sucked at the same time because like I was thinking Darth Vader was the one for Xbox. Spawn, yeah, Spawn. Like, oh man, those cameos are so great. That's so cool. That was definitely back in the era of like console exclusives though, which was the fate of my fucking existence. Because at least they were fair, right? Because it was like every version, every console version got their own thing. But that was back during the time when like a game would be like, oh, it's on console, it's got all this extra shit. Oh, you got it on like Xbox, well, and not PlayStation. Well, you're not gonna get any of that, but it's gonna be the same price. I got it on PC, you're not gonna get basically anything, and also gonna have to pay the same price. That shit pissed me off so much. Shit was so annoying. But yeah, they had really, really cool like cameos and collabs for characters. They did, and they did a really good job like implementing them for the most part. Yeah. I also still can't believe that like the League fighting game is actually called 2KL or some shit like that instead of like an actual name. Like I'm assuming it stands for something. I don't know what it stands for, but or is it like 2x? I don't fucking know. It's something. It's a. I looked at it and I went, that looks like something I would write on my fucking EI 802 calculator when I'm like when I was drunk in university. Oh, Chimeras. Never get into competitive scene of Smash because they take away one of the most fun things about it and the items. Take away for yeah, which I really don't think there's anything wrong with it. Why am I not being able to attack this thing? I was like, why am I not blocking him at all? Actually, that's the real question. He hit me, I don't know how many times without proccing my block a single time. I'm highly confused at how that happened. That was a really bad string of RNG. Yeah, I mean, for me, like Smash, I just never could get into it. I didn't like the whole, like, just the core combat style of it. I was in it just to be a fucking menace with Ganondorf on the edge. That was it. Because I'd play either like Ganondorf or no, I think it was just pretty much just Ganondorf. He had a pretty hard time getting me to play anybody else. Because like always, Mello for whatever reason likes the villain over the fucking hero. It's not like it's not my fault that old Ganondorf with his fucking battle armor on looked with that huge ass sword that he would wield. Brother, don't even fucking Link's punk ass. Get out of here. Get out of my face. Let me play Ganondorf, dude. This is why my mother was always worried about me when I was growing up. I was always rooting for the bad guys because they looked cool. But Optimus Prime is so cool. He's a semi-truck. Uh-huh. And Megatron's a tank. And you wonder why I root for Megatron. When I grew up as as a military child, my favorite vehicle was a tank. My mom's just like, you know what, touche. Fair enough. Acceptable. Hyrule Warriors. That's on my list of stuff to get. I've never gotten around to buying it. I've heard it's pretty good. The Hyrule Warriors. I've heard that one and the Fire Emblem was were pretty good. But I don't know. Like I have this weird thing where I just well, the main reason I didn't get them is because they never came down in price for the longest time. And I was always just like, well, I'm gonna spend money. I'd rather just spend more money on computer games because more people I know have that than they have Switches. But I've always wanted to get Hyrule Warriors. I would definitely do that though. Like, oh, mission doesn't let me play Ganondorf. Quit mission. Leave, because you're wrong. Ganondorf is just misunderstood. It's not his fault. It's the stupid power thing. Warping his mind. He's just trying to do right for his people. I think the funniest thing for me is the biggest thing for me is if I ever have somebody I know that plays fighting games, my goal in life is to never get good enough to like fully compete with them. It's to get good enough to be able to do stupid shit that catches them off guard, but is still like done to a degree that they can't do anything about it. Cause like the time of me wanting to be good at like fighting games like competitively is like well behind me. Like I left that like well back in like college, not even college, like you, like high school, early high school. There used to be this little arcade that had like these tournaments that I would go, and we had some pretty good guys show up there. There was a couple guys that they would go to some of the bigger tourneys, and they would place pretty well at the time. But like, there was a guy I knew for Smash, right? So like, I would play Ganondorf, and he'd get so mad because he was really good. He'd go to tournaments and stuff, Smash. But I was always just good enough that I do like these combos that aren't supposed to be the way you're supposed to do them. But like part of it is so he'll expect it to be good, and then he'll counter it as if I'm doing that, like as if I'm supposed to be doing the other thing, but I have no idea what I'm like doing, and I'm just like feeling it through. So then I like knock him off the fucking thing, and he'll get so tilted about it. Ah, that shit was my sustenance. I was like, yes, yeah. Another day of me successfully completing my mission. And he would just look at me and he's like, I hate you. And I'm like, well, now you know how I feel when you make me play Smash. Because this is what we're going to be like. That was only my ever, that's only ever my goal. It's the reason I memorized both of the inputs for King's Rolling Death Cradle. Oh, I was like, you feeling lucky, punk? You're gonna gamble the 50-50? Are you gonna guess the right one or the wrong one? Let's find out. That's how I got another friend of mine. He wasn't one who went to tournaments, but one of the guys at university, he used to be, he was pretty good at fighting games, and he was pretty good at Tekken. And for the, I played the long con, pretended like I only knew one version, like the first version for RDC on King. And then we did like a dorm, like mini little tournament thing. And lo and behold, he abruptly found out that I know more about King than I let on. And I knew how to do other things, like Jaguar step combos and stuff. And he just looked at me like, how? Because we'd played Tekken on and off like 6 months straight leading up to this thing. To be fair, I never expected that we'd, like, someone would be like, hey, we're gonna do a fighting game tournament in the dorm. And it was kind of just a case of like, I don't want to fuck with people. And so I think I came in like at a dorm where we got like, I think 60 of us like joined in. I made it a top 5. Because like I think he came in 3rd. And then one guy was a guy that I didn't talk too much, so I don't know, but I'm assuming him and like the 2nd place dude I think went to tournaments. Because we had like there was an FGC club on campus, and they were both a part of it. But I was able to take a round off of every single person, at least. And then I beat him in one of the best of 3s. Like on one of the, like I think it came pretty close. I beat him on 2 rounds, and then he like quote unquote locked in, and I was like, oh shit, like I'm too out of practice for that. I'm too out of practice for a locked in gamer. You have to unlock him first. You're gonna get vaccinated right away or not? Oh, of course they would. They're fucking trying to hold him back. They know Ganondorf was in the right. Ah, good times though. Good times. But that's always my goal in fighting games. I never want to be super cracked out. I just want to be good enough that I can do dumb combos that'll throw people who are really good off. All right, I'm gonna see if these can roll unique maps. I don't remember if they can or can't. Well, yeah, looks like they can. I'm just gonna chuck a bunch of these until. It's not like I'll use them for anything else anyway. Maybe not. Maybe the Grandmaster one was. Oh, hey, we got a Ball Temple. We can do that one. So it has a pretty low chance, but we can get uniques. So I'm gonna see if maybe it'll roll the Doriani's Machinarium. Nice. Double corrupted, so we get more dust, even though that is a southbound, so I might hold on to it. Oh, nice. We're having pretty good luck for double corrupts on this run. 5% increased. What's actually on it, though? Can't do anything with that. Oh, shit. Fuego caliente. I know it's part of the reason I like try to take a break from playing like Apex, because I am very aware that the amount of effort it'll take for me to get as good as I'd like to be, as someone who doesn't play a lot of FPS games, is way more than the annoyance levels that I'll have for not being at that level. Though, to be fair, part of it is also just the matchmaking. Anytime I see some sort of decent improvement in Apex, they then proceed to put me in lobbies where I just get absolutely shit stomped on. So then it's like, it just doesn't feel like I'm getting any better. But if I like pay attention to like who I'm dying to, like generally I am. I'd probably say that's probably Apex's biggest weakness. Is it does a really bad job at, you know, having the average player gauge improvement. Especially if you're not someone who plays like a lot of FPS games or plays it that competitively. Because any little bit of improvement and they kind of just jack you really high up, so that way you're not like beating up the smaller peeps, but then you become the smaller peep getting beat up in somebody else's lobby, so then it just doesn't make any sense to begin with. First time I've played a game where I felt punished for improving. Because to be honest, I've had a lot of like what the fuck moments in PoE, but I don't think I've been pretty chill for the most part since I stopped playing Apex, which kind of sucks. I might try the that Delta Force game that Jimbo keeps talking about. Just to see if it's at least like chill enough that I can uh get my fix for pew pew. Well, not just like getting royally shit stomped, not shit faced. For some weird reason, my like. To be fair, I think it might have just been the specific flavor of the drink. I got these like Jack Daniels like malt drinks, basically just like flavored beer, really. Uh, for like my birthday thing, because they were all flavors that I'd tried before and I liked them. But then the other day, I was like, oh, I'm kind of in the mood for like a can, and I grabbed the watermelon one to drink while I was eating dinner, and I couldn't even. I got like halfway through the can before my taste buds were just like, we're done with this, and I was just like, oh no, don't be done. I need my alcohols. But I think it might have just been the taste. Because I have another one that's like lemonade, and I mixed it with orange juice the other day, and it was really good. Much sip. By being locked in 30 feels and hard work mission. Become a god in their lobbies. No. Mostly because everybody I've ever known that was like really into shooters, the first thing they did was usually like have hardware that could like put them up there. Because it's always like one of the biggest things that they say to do first. But at least everybody I've ever known has always just they've always been rocking the high end the monitors and graphics cards, pushing the FPS to the limit. If they were like serious about it, I've seen someone who just they don't care and they played on their shitty computer and they were pretty good, but I never saw them play on a better rig to know if they got like super cracked out or not after. I don't know. In Apex, I sucked with 60, 30. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Team Fortress Toe. Bro. Was he a pyro man? If he wasn't a pyro man, I don't respect it though. Or heavy. He'll get a pass if he played heavy. Actually, demo man too. I'll give a pass for demo man. Especially if he did Highlander demo man shenanigans. Then I have real respect. This was a while ago. Fair. When I used to play Team Fortress 2, I was a dedicated pro who I would rock the flamethrower that made it easier to uh reflect the rockets back at soldiers. I loved being the soldiers' bane of their existence. My favorite pastime. I got pretty good at the flare gun too. I was a bit of a menace with that too. Good times, good times. Yeah, I think like the moral of the story is I play something that's like PvP related. I have one of two phases depending on the game. I either try to be competitive and get good at it, or I just try to be an absolute fucking menace. In some games, you get a little bit of both. Like League of Legends, when I used to have my league phase pretty hardcore, I was a little bit of both, and it kind of just depended on what meta you had in the day. Was I going to be a menace? Then I was going to be Volleybear in the jungle. Back when his kit was just flipping people under tower. Was I going to be somewhat decently competitive and do things properly? Then I'd play like an actual jungler, which at the time would have been like Hecarim. Hecarim. I think at the time Renekton too was also a pretty good jungle option. A little bit on the harder side, but I still had a pretty good time. I think that was also the first time that like Shen, like when I was still playing, was Shen jungle was like a thing. That was definitely pretty high skill cap though. You gotta manage your cooldowns on your early jungle clears really well, or else you kind of just ate shit. Twilight Temple. You get a free map rotate out of it. Yes. Never had a league phase, thankfully. Didn't need the Sodio. Yeah, I did. I used to play the mod it was based off of a lot. The first Dota, into the Ancients, because I used to play Warcraft 3 a lot. And then it was like League of Legends, and I was like, oh shit, let's go. And I played in the beta, and then I dabbled a bit of it in like high school and stuff. And then I didn't really like get really too into it until I think like around junior, senior year, I played it a bunch. But at that time, it was like I did this thing where I was like, oh, I kind of want to like. It was really common to if you wanted to do your if you were gonna be like quote unquote hardcore about it, you would like make a new account and then you would rank up on that. I did that, but I still kept my credentials for my OG account, and then I quote unquote lost access. Oh, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I didn't sell it. I gave it to someone who played League more than I did, and he played the same roles I did. So he and I had more champions than he had on his account. So we played the same role. So I was like, here, I'm done with this. You can have it. I didn't have any like super fancy skins on it. I usually used all the codes and stuff on the account that I actually own, which I still have to this day. It's the account that I play TFT on, which is why it's also I think in like the 40s or something. It's pretty low level because at the time when I played, we didn't have these like insanely high caps. I think when I was playing a bunch was the cap was still level 40. So even the other account didn't have like really high level on it. Oh, did I do all? No, I didn't do all three. There's one I'm missing. Oh shit, this one has a hideout? I don't think I have this one. Oh yeah, no, I definitely don't have this one. Oh, this is cool. I thought I don't have. Yeah, because I cleared the other ones just in case, but Helena actually shows up if it's a hideout that you don't have yet. Nice. It's over here. Is this like corner turn? It is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I always miss this one on both sides. But yeah, I don't particularly miss the League days. Sometimes I look at like people who I know who play League, and then I'll see like the characters I used to enjoy playing, like Renekton, Mordekaiser, stuff like that, and I'll be like, man, I kind of miss playing those characters. And then I like look into like playing League, and then I go, hmm, no, I'm good. I'm chilling. It's just, it's too much. Too much work. But isn't there a shield that you can do by combining both of those? I disenchanted the other one, so I'm not gonna be able to find out. But... Oh yeah, the Magna Eclipse. I forgot about that. Maybe I'll make it just for shits and giggles if I get another Twilight Temple. I disenchanted the one I got for the moon. I think it was worth a decent amount disenchanting those two. Oh, untainted. I didn't recognize them, so I was like, oh shit, is it? Nope. Let me see what the actual thing for it shows. Okay. I don't know what it looks like, so I don't hopefully miss it if it does pop up. Oh, that was a Vault Temple. Shit. I'll try it. What the? You bastard. Give. I haven't done a Deroxys on this build yet, so I don't know how it'll go. I remember this boss. Oh, let's go. Singular scouting report. Very nice. Yeah, that's one of the other things I'm waiting to get. To get a the nameless seer, so I can scry over to the beach. Is after I do that, I'm gonna slightly respec my atlas that I have for maps and scarabs, and probably pull out some of the mapping nodes because I don't think I'll need all of them because I do a pretty good. I was doing a pretty good job of sustaining it prior. Um, Before even grabbing all like the big ones, the bunch that I have now. But I'm gonna swap it for. Actually, to be fair, I should probably swap it now. Because this is not the atlas that I want to run when I'm running the beach. I'm gonna run the delirium one. Because I'm just gonna try to farm for clusters. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how this will go. Oh, pretty fine, I guess. Not that bad, apparently. I wasn't too sure because he had to take damage, and I didn't. I forgot that the banner phase gives like when he does the charging thing, summons a bunch of mobs. As long as I don't like just murk everything around me, it's fine. Put the rest of this lightning to work, and then we'll dip out. Lightning's not as effective as the meteors, though. That one's too good to pass up. We might get some like decent loot out of that. Oh shit. 10th map. I forget he has a chance to spawn this. It's too good to pass up. We're gonna be here a while. This is like fiesta. I forgot I have a field charge. I find it interesting how your Atlas passives don't really affect Carrick missions, but your Void Stones do. Because like technically the oh wait, no, so this one's tier 13, but I've had Carrick ones where it's like I got for instance, like I'll have to check those residence ones, but I've done Carrick missions where I'll get like residence maps and they'll be tier 16 when they shouldn't be. Because it wasn't one of the tier 16 maps for this league. It was one of the tier 15 ones for this league. This is like the one map that I wouldn't mind leveling like a Spark Inquisitor and just having him just high enough so that he can get the mastery where Spark opens containers. So then you just walk in here, you just spam a bunch of sparks all over the place, and it just breaks all the pots and opens all the containers for you. There's no monsters that spawn here. But I think there's like a really small chance. I've seen tormented spirits in here before, but they're not really monsters. They don't really attack you. Actually, like kind of thinking about it, I was trying to think of like a game that I kind of try to be really good at nowadays where it's not like super competitive, and I think Monster Hunter is probably like the only game like that. I don't try to do the super crazy speedrun shenanigans stuff, but it's definitely a game where I do try to be as basically as good as I can. Because what is it? Monster Hunter World, I soloed half of the Arc Tempered Elder Dragons in like the first in like the base game. Wait, no, not the Arc Tempered Elder Dragons. No, I soloed all of the Tempered Elder Dragons, and then I soloed Nergigante Arc Tempered. There we go. That's what it was. I think for a while I had only like I had soloed half of the Tempered Elder Dragons because some of them were kind of a pain in the ass. But then I got better stuff and I soloed the rest of them. And then I did Arc Tempered Nergigante because I think I wanted the well one, I think I was bored and I was like, I just want to be like see how good I can get. because Arctemper Nergigante was pretty rough to do solo. Actually, I think even in a group he was extremely rough. He was definitely one of the tougher ones because lots of damage, very fast. But I was able to do it on Lance, because I had I farmed Kolv Taroth for the Lightning Lance, for the best Lightning Lance, and then I went and I like studied a bunch of speedrun videos because literally the only way you could solo Arctemper Nergigante with a Lance on at the time, like with the base game, without like any of like master rank here, was you literally had to run it like a speedrunner, which meant you had to cycle breaking his parts and constantly knocking him over, so that way he wouldn't get up and murk you. And that took me like probably 50 tries or so to get it down. Which was a lot, because usually it doesn't take me that long to solo fights. Mm, nothing. How much gold did we get all of that? Oh, another 47,000. That actually gave a decent amount. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up stream there. I feel my headache getting worse. I think it's just my sinuses acting up because it's pretty humid. It's not like hot, but it's humid. So yeah, I'm just gonna wrap up stream and then probably go to bed. I will find out tomorrow if the fixes I did to 15 go through. I played a little bit. I went around and I beat up some doggos and did a bunch of like warp strikes and stuff, and I didn't hear any of the crackliness in that or any of the dialogue. And it sounded like a lot better. So I'm just gonna hope that whatever I fixed sticks with shutting down my computer and turning it back on. So if it causes problems again, then it probably just means there's an issue with how it's getting dealt with in OBS, and then I'll probably try to look into that preemptively. At least have some like fixes on hand if that becomes a problem. But we'll see how it goes. So thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. It was our nephew. Have a good day. It was our nephew. Safe, stay hydrated, and I will see y'all in the next one.